So today we're going to be taking a look at the Mous Limitless 5.0 for the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Now, I do have this in the white acetate color, and it comes in a bunch of different colors, but for right now, let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. Now, Mous has given you this green kind of papery material to try to be a little bit better for the environment. It says we're getting greener, and we don't mean the color. We're offsetting carbon emissions from our shipping, and they give you a little bit of more information about that, as well as some recycling information and some information on the case itself. Now, let's go ahead and look around the rest of it. Nothing really else around it. So let's open it up. Now, I have been using this for a couple of days now, and I'm really enjoying this case. So when you open it up, it says live without limits. There's no need to imagine a future where you can't move with your tech. We already have a little bit of more information, and you can scan this QR code for some more tips and tricks on how to use their products. So we go ahead and open it up. It gives you a little bit more information over here that I'm not really going to read right now, but let's take a look at what else we get. Now, here you do get your case in some paper, and you get this warranty card right here where you can activate the Mous warranty, which they do have a lifetime warranty, and they really do stand behind that. And as well as you get this little magnetic field information card that you can read on your own time. So that's pretty much it with the box. Let's go ahead and set that to the side. And here we'll unwrap our case. Now, I did try to put it as best as I could back into the packaging, but, you know, I've been using it, so you can't really do it perfectly. But set that off to the side, and let's take a look at the case. Now, first thing that caught my eye, and I actually bought this case off of Amazon, which I'll leave links down in the description below that you guys can go and check them all out. But the first thing that caught my eye is the way that this case looks. This color is really cool, and it's something a little bit different than anything I've seen on any other phone case. So as soon as I saw it online, I knew that this was the color for me. But it does come in a white acetate, which again is this color. It comes in bamboo. It comes in black leather, carbon fiber, speckled black, and walnut. So you get a ton of different color options from Mous on this case, but white acetate stood out to me, so that's the one I got. Now, again, looking at the back of it, you do have a very smooth back. Now, the whole case is made out of polycarbonate, but this back is very smooth, so there's not really too much texture or anything on the back right here, but you do get a little bit of texture right there with the Mous branding and around the camera ring. Now, that's one thing I wanted to talk about real quick while we're on the back. I'm not a huge fan of all of the branding. I do wish that maybe this was just, completely solid down here and they didn't have the Mous branding right there, or if they had this, they wouldn't have the logo there. I just think it's a little too much branding for me. You can tell based on either the logo or the name that it's a Mous case, so I don't think you need them both. So if Mous is listening, I would like to see either this closed off or this closed off. That way you're not getting all the logos all over the place. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but for me, I'm just not a huge fan of all of that branding. But either way, like I said, you do get a smooth back right here. You get your camera ring right there. And this is like a more little rigidy polycarbonate material right here. It's got a tiny bit of texture around the camera and right there before it gets into this white acetate. So looking at the inside, the first thing you're greeted with is this beautiful microfiber right here. Now, this is going to protect your case from any kind of like drops or anything like that. It'll stop the back of it from getting scratched by the case or anything. So really nice touch right there with this microfiber material. And you do get your MagSafe ring right there, as well as the alignment magnet and a little bit of other, these ridges to also help with shock absorption. Now, looking around the sides of the case, you get Mous's air shock protection technology, and it's going all the way around the case. Now, if you can see, that's what that kind of minty green color is right there. That's that air shock protection right there. So excellent protection on this case from drops or anything like that. And I really like that. It is, this nice soft kind of rubbery type material that's there. It even says right there, air shock, if you guys can see that. And it goes all the way around the case. It's really good for protection. Now, one thing I did want to notice before we put our phone in here is when you take it out of the box, the case is a little bit bowed. If you guys can see, it's bowed like this. Well, I've seen a few different videos, and I guess this is something that's supposed to be there. It's there to help with the fit of the case, as far as I understand. But once you do put your phone in here, it does straighten out. So let's go ahead and take our black titanium 15 Pro Max and slap this in here. Let's listen out for that click. Very nice click onto the case. And let's test out those corners real quick. You got that one, the camera ring corner. Nice solid clicks onto the case, so you know for a fact that if you do drop this or anything, along with that air shock technology and the rest of the shock absorption with the case, first of all, it is more so straightened out right there. It has a tiny bit of a bow that it looks like on camera, but that's not actually the bow. It's that the bottom and the tops of the case are a little bit more raised than the rest of it, and we'll get into that here in a second. But let's go ahead and step around the case. Now on the top of it, you do have a completely closed-in top. On the left-hand side, you do have your action button, volume up and down, and a lanyard loop. Now, shout out to Mous for not only giving us the action button, but also a super nice and clicky set of buttons. Let's listen to those real quick. Nice buttons, very nice click. You definitely don't have any issues of pressing this while it's in your pocket or anything like that. Very nice click on the buttons. And then moving along, you also get these ridges right here on the case, and that is there for your grip, obviously. That's there to make sure that if you're using this case, this is not slipping out of your hands. And this case is definitely very grippy. I've been really enjoying using it, holding it. I haven't had any issues of dropping it. I do wish that the sides were a little bit more kind of, I guess, rubbery, or at least the grip, kind of like how it is on the D-brand grip, just because I feel like with maybe kind of oily hands or wet hands, it may not be as grippy, but those ridges definitely add to some of that grip. And moving along to the bottom of the case, you do have your accurate microphone and speaker cutouts, as well as a nice wide open USB Type-C port. So let's grab our cable over here, give this a nice little plug in, and if you can see, there's definitely space around each side of the cable, so any of your wider head cables will absolutely fit in here with no issues. I use Anchor cables a lot, as I've mentioned before. I've had absolutely no issues of those cables going into this case whatsoever. It's been great. So let's go ahead and move on to the right-hand side of the case, and also another lanyard loop. Now, this case does not come with your lanyard, so that is something to note. But you get a lanyard loop on both sides. If you do choose to use a lanyard, you can put it on whatever side you want. More of those ridges right there for grip, and your power button. Now, how does this case feel in the hand? And like I said, it feels really good to use. The bottom of it is nice and smooth, so it doesn't hurt your pinky or anything like that. Very grippy around the hands. I've noticed that with some like finger oils, that this material on the back definitely makes it so it's not as grippy as the sides, but it does add a little bit of grip once it gets a little bit of finger oils on there. At least for me, I've noticed it's not too bad with the grip on the back of it. But again, those sides definitely make up for it because of those ridges right there. Now, one thing I did forget to do, as we have been lately, is to weigh this case. So let me go ahead and take the phone out of the case, and let's go ahead and weigh it. Now, we do have our scale set to grams here, and let's set this down. And you're looking at 49 grams. Now, it's not the heaviest case, but it's definitely up there in weight. It's not going to be something crazy light like a Pitaka or, a later case or anything like that, but you're getting that crazy protection with this. I don't know if you guys have seen those videos on Instagram or anything like that. You can even find it on Amazon, where you have the people from Mous standing outside of the Apple store, and they literally take a Mous Limitless 5.0 with an iPhone in it, and they just launch it up in the air outside of the Apple store or wherever they are, and they just let it drop on the ground and everything like that, and it comes out perfect. Now, I'm not going to test that here for you guys. That's not what I do. But, I mean, if they're doing it, again, it could be marketing or anything, but I definitely believe that this case will withstand some serious drops because of that air shock technology and just the thickness, the rigidity of this case. I really think that it's going to be a great case for anybody who's worried about shock absorption or worried about dropping your phone, anything like that. This is a great case, and it doesn't add too much bulk. So let's go ahead and take a look at that screen lip real quick. If you guys can see, it is a little bit more raised on the bottom and on the top of the case than it is on the rest of the sides right here. And that is so you can set this down without the case being extremely thick on all around where you're holding it. It gives you that little bit of raisivity right there and right there. That way you guys can set that down and not have any sort of issues with that. And definitely some nice camera protection right there. Your camera lip is raised up a little bit, so you can absolutely feel free to set that on its back. No issues of scratching up your camera ring or anything like that. This will do a really good job of protecting it from that. Now, I know a lot of people have said that, they don't really like how the edges on the bottoms and the top are raised up, but I honestly don't mind that. I'd rather it just be the edges on the bottom and the top than the entire phone, and you feel like you have even more of this brick in your hand. But it's not too crazily raised up, but it's enough definitely that you can set this down on its screen and not worry about the screen of your phone getting scratched up. And I am using a tempered glass screen protector, so that still does provide somewhat of a lip right there for your phone. Now, let's go ahead and move on to the MagSafe test. Now, that's one thing that's been really good with this case is the MagSafe. So we'll start off with the Apple MagSafe wallet, and we'll attach that. There we had our MagSafe animation. And you can sit here and definitely move this around, and you got to give it a little bit of force for it to come off. And again, with these smooth back cases, it's not as grippy as something that has a little bit of texture on the back, so that is something to maybe watch out for a little bit with your MagSafe accessories, especially something that's more material like a leather wallet or your fine woven wallet, anything like that. You set that on. It is on there pretty nicely, but enough shake and enough movement will get that to come off. So moving along to the Apple MagSafe battery pack, attach that. There's our charging and our MagSafe animation. And with this one, you can definitely shake that around. Give it a good shake, and wow, that actually really came off pretty hard. But you got to give it a really good shake in order for this thing to come off of your phone. Now, not everybody's going around. I think I might have dented my desk up there, but not everyone is going around and shaking their MagSafe battery packs like that. But that is something that I just like to show you guys because you can definitely give it a good shake. I wouldn't go full maximum shaking it, but you can give it a good shake without worrying about this thing coming off. And finally, moving along to our Anker 623, let's go ahead and set that down, and we'll give it that nice 360-degree rotation. And I guess if you give it a little bit of force, it may come off. Let's try that one more time here, live on the camera. And I mean, it's on there really well. I kind of got to give it a little bit of force to come off, but it is going to pick up the MagSafe base. It's going to kind of struggle with it a little bit. I wouldn't go shaking it, but it's giving you, not of the best MagSafe, but it's definitely very strong. Nobody's really sitting there lifting up their charging stands or their car mounts or anything like that with the phone. That's just something that I test for you guys, but you can easily sit here, give it, tap it around if you're using your phone in the car or on your nightstand, whether it's in landscape mode or portrait mode, however you're doing it, you can sit here and definitely tap it around and have no issues whatsoever. So that is some pretty good MagSafe on here. Again, not everybody's shaking their MagSafe bases or anything, but you do get great MagSafe strength. Now, do I recommend this case? And it's $65, so that is the first thing that we should talk about. It's $65, and I think for the price, I can definitely recommend this case. Now, $65, you're in the territory of these cases that are more so premium. Now, I'm not talking about your $150 case or anything like that. That's a different league. We're not even talking about that. But something for $65, you're getting that great protection. You're getting good MagSafe, great buttons. You get some grip on there, good screen and camera protection. I mean, what more can you really ask for? This isn't something for people who are looking for a super thin phone case, because that's not it. This isn't something that you're, going to necessarily want to use for your... This isn't something that's, there for just the bare minimum scratch protection. That's not this case. This is a serious case. It's meant for drop protection. It's meant for an everyday case that you can definitely slap on. It's tried and true. You can make sure you put this on. Even if you buy just a Mous Limitless 5.0 and that's your only case, you can pretty much use this in any setting and it'll be fine. So that is definitely something to note with this case, and I do like it. So yes, I definitely can recommend the Mous Limitless 5.0. And I think that especially with all the different colors you get. Now, like I said, I settled for the white acetate. I think my next favorite one was the walnut. I love the way that looked, or even the bamboo. I really like the wood, the way that... Pause. I really like the way that looks. So I definitely can recommend this case. And I want to know what you guys think. Have you used it before? Do you own a Mous case? I'm really enjoying using it. I've been using it, like I said, the last couple days. And I will be sure to leave the links down in the description below for you guys to check it out for yourselves. But let me know what you think about it. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.